What's up? What's up? Another day, another dollar. I know it's been a long time ever since I uploaded, but right now I'm changing out the clutch master cylinder. So this is the old one. I already got it off, but I'm gonna show you guys where you're supposed to take it off from. So the first thing you're gonna do is at least get a 10 mil wrench, one of these, or it's pretty much best to get a flare wrench so it can grip around the full thing. I have it, I just don't know where is it at, so I use a regular 10 mil wrench, and you're gonna be taking off this line that's right here off the master cylinder, and that is gonna be plugged up in this spot right here. So, and where you getting from, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna put the light on. Right. So then you go underneath the dash. Kind of hard to see, but all right. So you see those two holes right there? You're gonna take off one hole. You're gonna take off a nut. It's a 12 mil, and then there's another one right there. You're gonna take off that. Then there's a cotter pin like this. You gotta pull that off. That's gonna be attached onto your clutch pedal, like right here. And then after when you do that, then you can remove this, and you just had to take off the line off. That's right here. You just have to take that line off, and then now you got your full thing off. So now what you're gonna be doing is pretty much adjusting it, the size, you know, adjusting it from like the pedal wise from the new one, and I'm gonna show you what the new one looks like. All right, so this is the new one, old one, and then after that you're gonna adjust it to, you know, for the proper size. I recommend you count the threads. So that's the proper way how to do it. Count the threads, lock it in place. Don't do it underneath the car because it's going to be a pain. Do it outside, count the threads. That's on your old one. And then from there on the new one, just count it, tie it up. And after that, just install it back in. So I tightened it up. I counted the threads on mine, even though it probably might be all, but at least you got to count 10 threads. So just count to 10 and then just lock it up. This can still move around, so it doesn't really matter what position this has to be at. But if you're going through problems, I do a little talking. So if you're going through problems, or like what I was doing, I changed my slave cylinder and I tried to bleed it. I couldn't bleed it. And then I realized to the fact is the master cylinder, it went bad. So then again, as an old car, it looked rusty, it looked like it never changed. So I was like, no, let me just change it. So even though I had to, so now after when you get to this spot, now you're gonna install it back in, and after you install it, you do everything back underneath the pedal and you're done. Then after that, you plug everything up, and then before you put the lines in, before you put that line in, you just want to just pump the pedal until you see fluid coming out. And then I got the new one back in. You probably have to wiggle it a little bit. So after this point right now, I'm gonna wait until I tie that thing back down. So now I'm gonna go back inside underneath the car. I got the two bolts in, one right there, one on the top, you can see. Now what you have to do is you put this guy right here. You line up with the holes, you just pull it, or just push the clutch, or whatever you're gonna do. But you're gonna line that up, and then from there, I put the cotter pin. Make sure you don't lose it. Put it. So now you're gonna slide this guy in, and then you're gonna put the cotter pin just like this. So, and then you're gonna put it inside that hole right there, and then you just line up with the clutch pedal that's right there. So you just push in the clutch a little bit, so line it back up. And then you be all set to go. So I got the cotter pin in, as you guys can see. It was a pain, so, but just good luck. After you line that in, everything is back good. Now when you get that cotter pin in, make sure you tighten up your bolts here. Okay, so just to let you guys know, you probably, if you're gonna get an aftermarket one, you had to get some washers on it, because it's a little bit of play. I don't have any washers right now, but it's not that much play. Like, it's just a little bit, like just a little bit. Like, if you get 2 washers and you put it on, you will be set just with the aftermarket ones. So now the next step is really what you'd want to do I just put the lines back on. That is somewhere that I had to look for. Oh, you gotta put this line back on. You just push this on this guy right here, like that. And then from there, you want to bleed the system. So pretty much as in, you want, I'm gonna leave this cap on for right now because you want to bleed the system out of there. Then I'm gonna put some brake fluid in there. I have .3 brake fluid. It's somewhere in my trunk. So, and you just want to just fill that up right in there in the reservoir. And then I'm gonna leave the cap on, as we're gonna see. And you're just gonna keep on pushing that clutch pedal until it's gets solid. And you just gotta keep them going back and forth because I'm pretty much by myself. So this is what I'm saying about leave the cap in there. So you're gonna leave that cap in there. You're gonna go inside. You're gonna pour brake fluid inside the reservoir. You're gonna keep them pumping it. You're gonna hear this cap fly off. The time you hear this cap fly off, that means your master cylinder is fully blooded. Well, most of it is fully blooded. So now what you do is you put in the line back on there, and now what you're gonna do is you're gonna go inside your slave cylinder and you're gonna bleed your slave cylinder. This is the tool that I have, is a one-man pretty much bleeder. Like you could bleed you know, your calipers and stuff like that, same thing. So yeah, if you don't have this, I recommend to buy it. It's like, I bought it for like maybe 30-40 bucks at AutoZone. So you're gonna get this, and then from there, my pops just came home, so I guess I got 2 people. And then you just put that over that line, and you're just gonna just bleed it. If you don't have that tool, then what you're gonna do is you're gonna get somebody inside the car. And then you're gonna pump the clutch, and then from there, after when they pump the clutch, like maybe 6 times, you're gonna crack the bleeder loose until you see it comes out. I recommend you get a line and put inside a bottle, like a cup or so, so when no air will go back in when it's, you know. But then after you do that, then you're pretty much all set. So I'm gonna show you when it's all done and when I fully bleed the car. All right, so she's running. My dad helped me. Yep. So we end up bleeding the system. He was in the car, he was pushing it like maybe 6 times. And then from there, I had the on the bleeder. So I show you what I did. I have this right here, what I was showing you. Then I put that on line, I pumped it up as a vacuum, and then you just crack it loose. And then from there, from there you stop it after when it hits, like I stop at least when it hits 100. And then from there, redo it again. It's definitely worth it. Anybody, whoever is going to be bleeding brakes or anything you're doing with this, I 100% recommend it. It saves you like half the time that you had to do it. So yeah, just try it out. It's running. It went forward, it went back. Only thing is, I had to do, I'm waiting for tomorrow. I had to get washers for the in the back of it, so I had to take those off, put washers on it because there's a little bit play on it. I don't like that. So yeah, she's all set. So I would say is like and subscribe, and if you want to see some more videos, to stay in tune.